about the presentation by the ministry. In this financial year 25-26, Mr. Chairman, we are seeing a grand total of 4,356,000,000 financial year 2025-2026. This is as juxtaposed with one of 2024, the outgoing financial year, whose budget is 4,754,000,000,000. Mr. Chairman, we are witnessing increased demands and strain on the UPDF and the ministry. Yet the budget is going down. Increased engagements, more recruitment. Already there is the 10,000 under recruitment, but they expect another recruitment of another 10,000.
The 10,000 under training?
Yes, under training, and also they intend to recruit another 10,000. But the budget is not supporting this. What magic are you planning, Minister of Defense? Where will you get this? You are having good plans. You've led us through. But we know you can only do this through the budget. But the budget is dwindling. And yet we are going through an election year where you will have to safeguard the domestic and external challenges to the country. And even you are undertaking to realign with the NDP for. But the resources are not matching to that intention. So why are you not telling us the truth? How will you be able to do this? How will you be able to sustain this in view of the diminished budget, Mr. Chairman?
Thank you.
Number two, and I know I leave to my... As the ministry, you've not told us how far you've gone with the salary enhancement of the lowest cadres, the officers and men of low ranks from private, and yet you had made an undertaking. And this is part of the welfare, this is part of the morale.
Honorable Sech, just supplement, it's not an undertaking. We actually, last budget, Parliament passed that.
Yes.
Yes. So
but they are not, we are not seeing how it was effected. Ordinarily, we would want to know how much is our private now being able to earn. To the sergeant, lieutenant, up to captain. Would be grateful to know that how you have undertaken and how you have indeed implemented that.
Thank you.
Lastly, very lastly from me, Mr. Chairman, I'm seeing you are planning for 213 billion, 118 million for pension and gratuity for veterans, resettled and reintegrated. Mr. Chairman, I want to draw the attention of the Deputy CDF and the attention of the Joint Chief of Staff that your officers down there are causing mayhem.
They are veterans.
Yes. There is one, General Emmanuel Rashande, and another one, Fenehas Katirima. They are involved in active politics, which is their right, having retired. But they are fighting even before the election period is on. They are causing havoc. I was involved on the 23rd of December.
Honorable Sekikubo,
yes.
You are creating an impression that the two officers are fighting against each other.
No. Against the civilians whom they are supposed to protect and to lead by good example. Whereas it is their right to participate now in politics now that they are retired. But what they caused on the ground on the 23rd, Mr. Chairman, I was involved as the area member of parliament. And indeed, they were the ones who held a rally, a meeting of that kind, and were beating up people who were not agreeing with them. And this is not the discipline we have known of the UPDF, Mr. Chairman. Now that the two are here,
Thank you.
may we get their assurances that this money they are demanding, the 213 billion, is not going in the hands of those who are not really adding production and development to the country, but are using it, and they are using this money, the army vehicles, the escorts they have, to intimidate and beat up people in the civilian life.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Sekikubo.
One is on the budget performance for the half year, where they have indicated that what was released was 1,833 billion, and what was spent was 1,799 million. And the performance percentage is 98.2%. When you look at what was released vis-a-vis what was spent, we have no explanation. We have no justification on the balance of the 33 billion. The percentage is low, including the wage. There is some balance on the wage. So we don't know how this came about. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, around the financial year, I think 2018, 17-18, government appropriated money to Ministry of Defense to install the solar project at Kororo. And we were convinced that this solar project would actually generate more money to government because they were supposed to sell it to the national grid. Up to today, when we are considering whenever we are considering either the budget framework paper or the ministerial policy statement for the entity, this does not come out. Can we know what it has contributed to the economic growth of this country?
And lastly, the status of the implementation of the project.
Yes. No, the implementation actually, the Kororo project, it was done, it was finished.
Okay.
We are now interested in knowing how much does it bring to the ministry or to government.
Thank you.
Lastly, Mr. Chairman, is on pension and gratuity. I think this is where all of us as the members of parliament, where we needed to interest ourselves. Yes, we enhanced salary for the UPDF. And it was done in bits, in percentages. Because much as one of us has asked about what or how far with the implementation, but I also recall that even majors, lieutenant colonels, it was done in percentages. Phases. In phases. It has not been fully implemented. So as they explained to Honorable Sekikubo's concern, then that should also be put into consideration. Because this...
just a rejoinder, and if implementation is in phases, and an officer at the rank of colonel retires when full implementation of the salary scale is not yet done, retires, what happens?
Yeah, actually, Chair, that's where I was going. Because they are schedules. Officers and men of UPDF, they are schedules for retirement. They know when they are going. And if this is not done, then what is the effect to that officer or a soldier who has retired? And lastly, Mr. Chairman, this is to us as members of parliament. These officers and men, especially those who retire, they come back to us. And even those who are still serving, when you look at...
They are all candidates for retirement anyway.
Yeah, they are all candidates for retirement. But when you look at what a soldier goes back home with, it is really a shame. I think it's high time that we actually quicken the process of the UPDF bill so that these veterans, these officers and veterans who are serving and those who have gone, really their issues are catered for. And now they have brought it at a very right time, where when the bill is with us, they have given us the projection, especially on pension and gratuity.
Yes.
I think it's high time that this particular budget item is well thought of when we are considering the budget for this financial year. I thank you.
Thank you.